In the clear, crystalline waters of an ocean that stretches as far as the eye can see, a small legend begins to take shape. It was there, among the corals and the gentle waves, that a new life began its journey. The barracuda, one of the most agile and impressive predators in the marine world, was about to be born. Soon after birth, that little fish was nothing more than a silver speck in the vastness of the ocean. Still fragile, the barracuda hides in the shadows of the rocks, where it learns the most important lesson of its life: survival. As the warm, salty waters surround him, he begins to understand the art of being a hunter. From the first days, the instinct is sharp. Unlike other fish that hide in reefs, the barracuda is a natural explorer, always on the move. His eyes, large and attentive, observe every detail of the environment around him, as if he already knew that the ocean is not a place of mercy. Life there is a constant competition for survival. At that early stage, the barracuda does not yet have the sharp teeth or the speed that would make it a legend. But he is already beginning to display the characteristic that sets him apart from other fish: a relentless determination to be fast, efficient, and fearless. He observes the biggest predators around him and learns that to be the top of the food chain, you need to be more than just a hunter. You need to be a master of agility. And as the barracuda grows, the ocean around it becomes a great school of life. The first lessons are hard and often dangerous, but with each passing day, it gets closer to the imposing form that will make it one of the most respected predators in the sea. And although he is still small, one day very soon, his prey will begin to fear his name. The beginning of the barracuda's legend has just begun, but there is already something undeniable in the air. Something that says this fish will not be easily forgotten. As the barracuda grows, its transformation is almost instantaneous. In just 1 year, the small silver fish that once hid among the rocks has reached the size of an imposing predator, measuring over 1 meter in length. And it's not just its size that's impressive. Its skills are beginning to improve at an astonishing speed. Now with a more robust and muscular body, the barracuda becomes a hunting machine. Its powerful muscles allow it to move with impressive agility, like an underwater rocket, cutting through the water with precision and speed. Its aerodynamic shape is ideal for swimming at high speeds, making it one of the fastest creatures in the oceans. It no longer limits itself to hiding in the shadows. It is now a hunter that moves through the currents with frightening speed. And of course, as it grows, its sharp teeth develop. Now, the blades that were once small and discreet become powerful natural weapons. These long, curved teeth are designed for cutting with efficiency, capable of destroying flesh and dismantling prey with a single swift movement. The barracuda is already beginning to understand the impact of its bite. Each attack is more precise, more lethal, and it knows that its mouth is its main hunting tool. In addition, the barracuda is beginning to master another vital skill: the ambush attack. It becomes a master at using its speed and agility to sneak up on schools of smaller fish. With its keen eyes and sharp mind, it watches its prey for movement and chooses the right moment to strike. When it feels ready, it explodes forward with such rapid acceleration that it is barely seen before it strikes its victim. In the blink of an eye, the prey has been captured and consumed, with the barracuda swimming away as quickly as it appeared. At the bottom of the ocean, it has become a true predator, a hunting machine that dominates its environment with a deadly combination of speed, strength, and dexterity. But as the barracuda approaches maturity, it will soon realize that its journey is far from easy. The ocean, with its vastness and its threats, still holds many challenges ahead. As the months go by, the barracuda begins to display one of the most impressive characteristics of its species: speed. The sea, with its vastness and mystery, becomes a natural racetrack for this rising predator. Its elegant, aerodynamic shape, combined with powerful muscles, allows it to cut through the waters like an arrow. It becomes, without a doubt, one of the fastest swimmers in the ocean. Achieving this speed is not just a matter of brute strength. The barracuda develops impressive control over its body, moving fluidly and almost silently, like a predator that already knows that the secret to catching its prey is speed. It can swim at an impressive 55 kilometers per hour, and its every move seems calculated to be more efficient faster. In an instant, it can cover great distances, reaching its victims before they even have time to react. This impressive speed is not just a trick, but a survival skill. The barracuda uses its speed to ambush its prey, approaching silently until it is so close that its victim has no time to escape. When it decides to strike, it is like a lightning bolt, a jet of energy that hits its prey with overwhelming force. Its sharp teeth are the last thing the fish sees before it is devoured. The barracuda is also beginning to realize that by mastering its speed, it becomes a force to be reckoned with. Nothing in the ocean seems to be able to keep up with it for long. It moves between the corals and rocks with almost supernatural precision, often attacking by surprise, leaping from one underwater hiding place to another, and sprinting toward its target with a speed that almost defies the laws of physics. As its body reaches this impressive speed, the barracuda is also beginning to understand that its speed is an advantage, but also a risk. Competition in the ocean is fierce, and other predators, more experienced or in greater numbers, also know the importance of being fast. But for now, the barracuda is comfortable in its role as the unbeatable hunter, gliding through the waters with the confidence of someone who knows that his time as a predator is just beginning. But with this power comes new challenges. The barracuda has yet to learn that speed is not always enough to ensure its survival. In the ocean, there are even more powerful forces at play, and he will soon discover that it is not just speed that determines a hunter's success, but also his ability to adapt. As the barracuda matures, one of its most striking features becomes even more impressive: its sharp teeth. These are not just a part of its body. They are essential tools for its survival. Its teeth, long, curved and sharp as knife blades, are designed to cut and tear with lethal efficiency, allowing it to become an unbeatable predator in the seas. These teeth do not appear miraculously, but as a result of natural and precise development. They grow and align in such a way that they form a veritable armor of sharp teeth, arranged to capture and hold its prey. Each of them is sharp as a knife blade, designed to cut through flesh with the least possible resistance, making any fish that dares to be its meal an easy and quick victim. As it swims through the water, the barracuda begins to realize the power of its jaws. As it approaches its prey with its impressive speed, it opens its mouth and, with an agile movement, strikes the victim with surgical precision. Their teeth cut through flesh with such ease that their prey often doesn't even have time to react. Each attack is a deadly dance, and with every bite, the barracuda knows that its arsenal of sharp teeth is its greatest advantage in the game of hunting. The barracuda's great skill lies not only in using its teeth to capture prey, but also in how it maintains a relentless grip, almost as if its jaw were a vice designed to ensure that its meal never escapes. Once it has its victim in its grip, there's not much it can do. No matter how strong the fish is, the barracuda's sharp teeth will make all the difference, ensuring a perfect catch. Meanwhile, the barracuda is beginning to understand that its teeth are not just weapons of attack, but also a symbol of its power and its place at the top of the food chain. They are, in fact, its signature in the ocean, a hallmark of its agility and strength. However, he also learns that no matter how sharp his weapons, the ocean is vast and unpredictable, and a predator should never feel invincible. The power of his teeth puts him at the top, but he will soon discover that in the marine world, even the most feared predators can be surprised. But for now, the barracuda revels in the advantage of his razor-sharp teeth. They are his life and death blades, shaped by nature to ensure his supremacy in the seas. With every fish he catches, with every lethal bite, he moves one step closer to his destiny as an aquatic legend. The barracuda is not only a fast and strong predator, but also a master strategist. Its hunting ability goes beyond speed and sharp teeth. It knows that to be successful in the ocean, it needs to be smart and calculate every move. Its hunting strategy begins to refine as it grows, becoming an unbeatable hunter. At first, it uses its speed to attack solitary prey, but it soon realizes that a real meal does not come so easily. Smaller fish, such as sardines and anchovies, live in large schools, forming blocks of fish so compact that, at first glance, they may seem invulnerable. But the barracuda knows that with the right approach, these schools can be dispersed, and it can then attack the isolated prey. With this in mind, it begins to use a tactic that will make its name even more feared in the seas: the shock attack. The barracuda approaches silently, disguised in the clear water, waiting for the right moment to strike. It positions itself on the edge of the school, almost imperceptible, studying the movements of its prey. When the school begins to swim and sink, the barracuda then takes off. With an impressive acceleration of speed, it makes a sudden movement, breaking the formation of the school. Panic spreads, and the barracuda then infiltrates the chaos, choosing its victim with precision. In a second, the chosen fish is caught in its trap of sharp teeth, and the barracuda swims away, with its meal already secured. This strategy is not only about strength, but about perfect timing. The barracuda uses its knowledge of the school's behavior to cause panic and disorientation, catching its prey when it least expects it. It knows that speed can be its ally, but surprise is what really makes the difference. As the barracuda masters this art of hunting, it also begins to realize that patience is essential. It does not need to attack at any cost, but only when the opportunity is ideal. Often, it will approach slowly, watching, waiting for the perfect moment, until finally it will burst into speed, catching its prey off guard. But as its strategy becomes more refined, the barracuda will also learn that it is not the only predator that uses cunning to hunt. The ocean is full of intelligent and agile creatures, and it will soon realize that to remain the ultimate hunter, it will need to further refine its strategy, adapting to new challenges and enemies. What once seemed like an unbeatable advantage will soon become an even more complex playing field. Although the barracuda is known for its impressive ability to hunt alone, it is also beginning to realize that hunting in groups can be even more deadly. The ocean, with all its complexity and diversity, reveals an ancient secret. Even the most skilled predators know that the strength of a group can be decisive. And in the case of the barracuda, its intelligence is beginning to lead it to a new phase of hunting in groups. At first, it observes other, more experienced barracudas who are teaming up to attack schools of larger, faster fish. It begins to understand that in groups, the chances of success increase significantly. Each barracuda has a role to play, and together they form an unbeatable hunting machine. Although it is still a solitary hunter by nature, the barracuda feels an irresistible attraction to this collective strategy. Over time, it joins other barracudas, and suddenly the ocean becomes a stage of silent coordination. They do not need words or visible signals. Instinct is what governs each individual's movement. Each barracuda, with its sharp gaze and impressive speed, strategically positions itself to surround schools of fish. Teamwork occurs without any explicit communication, only through synchronized movements that seem orchestrated by nature itself. Group hunting begins to reveal the true power of the barracuda. In a well-planned attack, while one barracuda creates a distraction, another positions itself to intercept the fleeing prey. The school, in panic, begins to disperse, but the barracudas know exactly where each fish will be. The speed of one and the precision of the other ensure that no prey escapes. They attack impartially, focused on separating the weakest of the group so that they can attack it with their unbeatable strength. This group hunting technique is not only efficient, but also reveals a surprising characteristic of the barracuda: its ability to learn from others. By hunting alongside its peers, it begins to better understand how collective tactics work. No longer a solitary predator, he is now part of a network of hunters who, together, dominate the ocean. And as he observes other barracudas, he begins to incorporate these lessons into his own hunting strategy, further improving his effectiveness. But, as with everything in the wild, hunting in a group also presents challenges. Not all barracudas are always as synchronized as they should be. And while cooperation is powerful, it requires patience and trust. The barracuda will soon discover that while hunting in a group has its advantages, it is not always the solution to all the challenges he will face in the deep ocean. The next phase of his journey as a predator is about to reveal that not all prey gives in so easily, even when hunting together. Although the barracuda is widely feared for its ferocity in the ocean, it is not a predator that attacks without reason. Its aggression towards humans, for example, is often misinterpreted. Most of the time, the barracuda does not seek interaction with humans. But like any wild creature, it acts on its instincts, and these can be triggered in surprising ways. By nature, the barracuda is a predator that constantly feels challenged by any being that enters its territory. When a human, be it a diver or fisherman, enters the barracuda's habitat, the fish sees a threat to its safety. Although barracudas are often curious animals, the proximity of something so large and unknown can trigger its defensive instincts in an aggressive manner. There are reports of barracudas that, upon seeing a human approaching, begin to swim in circles around them, with their mouths open and sharp teeth exposed. It's not that the barracuda is attacking right away, but rather assessing the threat. If a human tries to get too close or make quick moves, the barracuda, with its territorial behavior, can react quickly and impetuously. This aggressiveness is not common in all situations, and the truth is that often barracudas are not interested in confrontation. They simply want to protect their space and their food. However, when they feel cornered or threatened, their defense can become violent. The proximity of humans, with their unusual size and shape for the ocean, can easily be interpreted by the barracuda as possible aggression. In this moment, its speed and sharp teeth are its immediate response. However, most encounters between barracudas and humans are rare and often occur in places such as coral reefs, where these fish feel safer. During these encounters, the barracuda usually observes the human for a short period before swimming away. However, when the situation is more tense or the animal feels that its safety is at risk, it does not hesitate to attack. Barracuda attacks on humans, although rare, have become a subject of speculation and mystery, mainly because they are unexpected events. Unlike other large marine predators such as sharks, which have a history of more frequent attacks, the barracuda attacks mainly in defense and in rare situations because it mistakes the human for smaller prey. This behavior, combined with its sharp teeth and impressive speed, turns a simple encounter into something risky. The reputation of the barracuda as an aggressive fish, therefore, does not come from a desire to hunt humans, but from the way it reacts to something that invades its territory. The barracuda, with its shy nature and survival instincts, never misses an opportunity to defend what it considers its own. And this makes it one of the most fascinating and unpredictable predators in the oceans. The barracuda is not only a skilled predator, it is also an essential part of the delicate balance of the marine ecosystem. Its connection to its environment is profound, and its presence in the oceans plays a key role in maintaining the health of many coral reefs and other marine areas. However, its interaction with this world goes beyond hunting. It is a symbiosis that ensures that it and the creatures around it can thrive. Barracudas inhabit tropical and subtropical waters, often found in coral reefs, lagoons, and coastal areas. These environments are rich in marine life, offering a variety of prey and a perfect breeding ground for the barracuda's hunting instincts. Swimming among coral formations or hunting in the turquoise waters of the lagoons, the barracuda becomes a dominant figure, but at the same time vulnerable to changes in the environment that surrounds it. Its ability to swim quickly and cover great distances is an adaptation that allows it to move across vast areas in search of food, but also helps to control prey populations, such as smaller fish. By doing so, the barracuda maintains the balance of its ecosystems, preventing a single species from becoming dominant, which could affect local biodiversity. However, the barracuda is not immune to the dangers of its own environment. Changes in the marine ecosystem, such as increased pollution and warming of the waters, directly affect its behavior and the availability of prey. Coral reefs, which are the barracuda's main habitat, are being destroyed by irresponsible fishing practices and ocean acidification, which puts at risk not only the barracuda's prey, but also the predator's habitat itself. When the marine environment changes, the barracuda may be forced to move to deeper areas or even further away, where hunting is more difficult and the risk of encountering other predators increases. Yet it continues to adapt, making adjustments to its hunting routes, developing new strategies to survive and thrive, even as environmental pressures continue to increase. Furthermore, the barracuda has a remarkable adaptive instinct, quickly adjusting to changes in its immediate environment. If the prey stock in one location decreases due to overfishing or changes in water temperature, the barracuda will move on in search of new territories. However, this flexibility has its limits. What the barracuda really needs is a healthy marine environment with vibrant corals, clean waters, and an abundance of prey. Otherwise, its survival, like that of many other marine creatures, will be at risk. This relationship with the marine environment is not just a matter of passive adaptation. It is a complex interplay of cause and effect. When the barracuda disappears from certain areas, other marine species begin to be affected. The predator leaves a void in the ecosystem that will eventually have knock-on effects, altering the delicate balance of the ocean. By understanding the importance of the barracuda to the marine environment, a clearer picture begins to form of how protecting these ecosystems can benefit not only marine life, but also humans, who depend on the oceans for food and climate stability. Having reached adulthood, the barracuda is no longer the small, vulnerable fish it once was. Its journey to this point has been full of challenges, from its early days when it depended on the protection of shallow waters, to its rise to become a respected predator in the oceans. But adulthood, far from being a peaceful phase, brings new challenges, even for such a skilled and feared hunter. Now over a meter long, the adult barracuda faces the marine world with confidence. Its sharp teeth, impressive speed, and hunting skills have made it an efficient predatory machine. However, while it no longer fears the small predators that threatened its young life, new threats begin to emerge as it moves deeper into the marine ecosystem. The most immediate challenges for the adult barracuda are the other large predators that inhabit the same territories. Sharks, tuna, and other predatory fish also compete for the same schools of smaller fish, which are the barracuda's main food source. Here, the barracuda must use all its cunning and speed to stay ahead of its competitors. It will often have to change territory, looking for new areas to hunt, as the most abundant hunting grounds can quickly be saturated by other predators. In addition, the barracuda also faces the challenge of changes in its environment. Warmer waters and the degradation of coral reefs, which form essential habitat for many of its prey, directly affect its survival. Areas that were once rich in food are becoming scarcer and sometimes even uninhabitable. For an animal so dependent on a healthy ecosystem, these changes pose a direct risk. Hunting also becomes more competitive over time. As it reaches maturity, the adult barracuda needs to hunt more efficiently to ensure its energy is well spent. Although it is an impressive predator, the barracuda cannot afford to fail in its hunts, as hunger or exhaustion can make it vulnerable. During its adult life, the barracuda becomes increasingly selective about the prey it chooses to attack, focusing on smaller or easier to catch fish, but always under pressure from its surrounding environment. Another challenge it faces is internal competition. During mating season, barracudas become more aggressive and territorial, fighting over areas and even mates. In these battles, the strongest males usually prevail, but this means that the adult barracuda constantly needs to assert its hierarchical position within its territory. This territorial behavior can lead to violent confrontations between them, putting the physical integrity of each at risk, but it is also part of the natural process of selection and survival. The adult life of the barracuda, although marked by its strength and skill, is full of constant tensions, whether with other predators, with changes in its habitat, or with the need to secure its place in the food chain. But just as it learned to survive and thrive in its youth, the barracuda continues to adapt, facing the challenges the ocean has to offer with courage and cunning. And it is this cycle of adaptation and struggle for survival that keeps it one of the most formidable predators in the sea. The barracuda, with its imposing size and ferocious nature, leaves a profound legacy in the marine ecosystem. It is not only an aquatic legend due to its role as a predator. Its existence is also intimately linked to the delicate balance of the oceans. Over the course of its life, the barracuda becomes a key player in the food web, playing an essential role in controlling populations of smaller fish and maintaining the health of coral reefs and other marine habitats. Its legacy begins in the way it interacts with its environment and the creatures around it. By regulating prey populations, the barracuda contributes to the maintenance of marine biodiversity. Without it, certain groups of fish could proliferate uncontrollably, disrupting the natural dynamics of the ecosystem. In this way, the barracuda, with its ability to hunt and dominate its territory, ensures that smaller and more vulnerable species do not become invasive in their own habitat, helping to maintain the balance of the ocean. In addition, its presence in tropical and subtropical waters has a direct impact on coral reefs. These reefs, which are vital to marine life, depend on a balance between the different organisms that inhabit them. The barracuda, as a predator, helps maintain this balance by limiting the number of herbivorous fish that, if left unchecked, could devastate the plants and algae that sustain the ecosystem. Its legacy is therefore a testament to how a single predator can impact the future of an entire habitat. However, the barracuda's legacy is not limited to its ecological function alone. It also leaves a cultural mark on the human communities that live alongside the oceans. Over the centuries, the barracuda has been a central figure in stories, myths, and even commercial fishing. Many coastal cultures view the barracuda as a symbol of strength and resilience. For fishermen and sailors, it is a figure of respect, an imposing adversary in the waters, challenging both those who try to capture it and those who simply wish to observe it in its natural habitat. In scientific terms, the barracuda has also become a model of adaptation and survival. Studying their physiology, speed, and hunting strategies offers valuable insights into how marine animals have evolved to become so successful in high-risk, high-competition environments. By delving into the secrets of the barracuda, scientists can better understand the challenges facing marine ecosystems today, such as the impact of climate change and the degradation of coral reefs. As the oceans face new threats, the legacy of the barracuda becomes even more significant. Its presence in the seas is a reminder of how every species, large and small, plays a crucial role in preserving the natural balance. However, as marine life adapts to changing climates, the barracuda is also finding itself challenged by these same factors. Its legacy, therefore, is both a celebration of its strength and a reflection on the powerful and uncontrollable forces of nature. The barracuda is not only a legend of speed and ferocity, but also a symbol of resilience, adaptability, and the complex dance of survival in the vast and unpredictable marine world. His legacy, however, continues to be written as he navigates an ocean that is constantly changing and evolving.